A vintage inspired hand wound mechanical chronograph for under 500 bucks? Yes.
Old line watches.
Hey there, welcome to Old Line Watches. With you as always is this guy right here, Jeremy, your old man from the old line state of Maryland. And today we have for review a wonderful piece from micro brand La Touraine. It is the Heritage Racer. It is a DLC coated mechanical hand wind chronograph, and we'll get into some more detail on that in a moment. La Touraine and the got its name, the founder of the company, brand owner Dave, his great grandparents, when they emigrated to this country through Ellis Island, came on the ship, the SS La Touraine, which is a great way to show a little love for where you've come from and your history and your heritage. And this is a great piece, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So let's get to it.
And specs.
Say hello to the La Touraine Heritage Racer chronograph. It is 43 millimeter case diameter with a 50 millimeter lug to lug, 22 mil lug width, 13 millimeters thick, which is pretty good for a mechanical chronograph, I got to say, and weighs in at 180 grams, sized on the flat link bracelet. It is powered by the Seagull ST1902 movement. You are probably familiar with the 1901, which does not have the 6 o'clock subdial. That is just a mirrored hour hand. It just follows the hour hand around, which seems like kind of pointless, but it adds a certain symmetry to the watch itself. You also have a better and more accurate stopwatch on your phone, so let's not pretend how cool something looks doesn't matter. The case and bracelet are 316L stainless steel with the DLC coating, which is a much more durable and scratch resistant version of PVD coating, which you might be more familiar with. It is a different process that bonds the coloring agent, the paint, to the metal. There are advantages to both, but the DLC is definitely more robust. The PVD, you can do a little bit more with different finishes and stuff like that, but the DLC is definitely the way to go for longevity. It's protected by a sapphire crystal with AR coating. It has a signed, see if I can get a boop, signed crown there. It's hard to get a good focus on it right now because my camera is hating me. Come on. Oh, there we go. I had to pull back just a touch. Yeah, the signed crown. Fairly basic pushers, but they actuate well. There we go. The case back is also sapphire, and let's make some space so we can see. There we go. The case back is sapphire protected with the basic stat line showing off 100 meters of water resistance as well. Always kind of difficult when you don't have locking pushers, but they managed to do it. Included with the watch is a Zulu style NATO that is color coordinated, a very nice mesh DLC and stamped, and a leather racing, nice breathable hose there. Also the DLC buckle and hardware. For an extra $50, you can get it with this flat link bracelet that I've been primarily enjoying it on. And it also features a delightful on-the-fly adjustment for the clasp. And starting right on and everything, you have a fairly standard chronograph layout. The main part of the dial is a flat black. Everything else but that second hand is in that creamy, vintagey, yellowish color. Starting with the printed name above the 12 with the model. The loomed stick indices for the hours. A 12 at 12. Ha ha ha. All three subdials, your minutes, your hours, and running seconds. The minute track is only for minutes, but in the rehout it does have the smaller fractions of a second for your main chronograph hand. The has some fairly basic sword hands for the hour and minute. I do quite like them though. The slimness suits the vintage vibe, like the 60s era. It has a ceramic bezel with a tachymeter engraved into it. Very, very swanky. And here is the loom shot with the tachymeter being loomed as well. Super cool.
Props and slops.
So, for the props, the DLC on this is absolutely monstrously good. The reviewer that had this prior to me, Mr. E's Watch Reviews, he is an auto mechanic and he took this thing to work. And like it's been through the hands of several other reviewers, and I found one. Let me see if I can even get the camera to pick it up. Yeah, there it is. That one little tiny scratch right there, right there. That's it. That's all it's managed to pick up in all the travels that it's had. Even the no rash, nothing. Look at it, pretty. So yeah, the DLC is amazing. It sits very comfortable. Mechanical chronographs tend to be a little bit on the thick side, but this one sits really nicely. The vintage inspired design is a matter of personal preference, but I quite dig it. All the strap options are really great and flip it around and comfortable. Though the flat link bracelet is definitely the star of the strap options. You can see that is a definite right angle there. Like it's flat, right? But it's not sharp. Like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't dig into the wrist. It sits really comfortable. It's actual individual articulating links. Fantastic bracelet. Love it, love it, love it. As far as slops go, very little just bad to say here. I would have loved to see the subdials be loomed as well as the rehout, but I'm a loom hog, so that's just kind of a preference thing. And the crown could have been bigger. Being a hand wind unit, you got to do this every day, and you really got to get around the pushers and get in there. It's difficult, and I don't have large hands, so that's really the only complaint I have at all.
The bottom line.
The bottom line, the watch comes with the mesh, leather, and fabric straps, and retails at $4.99 on the La Terrain website. And if you sign up for their email list, you get 25% off, bringing it down to a can't math at the moment, $3.75 I think, something to that effect. And for a $50 upgrade, you get the flat link DLC bracelet, and as I've said previously, worth it. Do it. Definitely do it. Super good. All in all, what you get and what you pay is well in line with things. And with a not 1, 2, but 3-year warranty, it's almost a no-brainer if you're on the market for a vintage-inspired DLC mechanical hand wind chronograph. Oddly specific, but man, it hits it. It's great. So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Until next time, this is your old man from the old line state, signing off.